FX is Clipped premieres again tomorrow exclusively on Hulu, and Kelly AuCoin is here on the program. Good to see you, Kelly.
It's great to see you too. Yeah, you mentioned it before, but
yes,
along with some very painful sports memories,
yes, sir.
I might add.
Yeah. I know that nice shrug. Yeah, 32-year anniversary of the shrug on your Blazers.
I was
Jordan.
not aware. I don't have it marked in my calendar, so I appreciate you pointing it out. That was great.
Yes.
But yeah, as you mentioned, when I was here almost a year and a half ago, it was right in the middle of filming this.
Yes.
It usually does take a lot of time for TV and film to actually find the light of day, but this was particularly long because of the strike.
Right. So. Now it's finally here, and I've been looking forward to this for some time. Yeah. We've got Ed O'Neill on tomorrow's program.
That's
he
right.
plays Donald Sterling, and you play, I guess, would you say his right-hand man? Would you say?
I'm the president of basketball operations, president of the Clippers, and essentially functioning as Donald Sterling's Smithers.
Pretty much,
I would say.
Right? I mean, Andy Roser joined the team in 1984 when they were the San Diego Clippers. He was there with the organization as long as Ralph Lawler was.
Yeah, he was there for a really long time. He was very young when he started,
right?
Which is something that comes into play. And I always look. This is our version of what happens. It's my version and our version of Andy Roser.
Yes.
But at least in terms of what we have on the page and what we were going for, that to me fed into why he stuck with this guy for so long, even though it's pretty obvious that he was aware that some of these things were untoward. You get him when they're young, and he was impressed by Sterling, as he says a number of times, even to the extent that how sort of, I can't swear, right? If I remember that correctly.
Let's try not to.
Let's try not to. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. The crappy things that he saw happening, it was almost like, that's so impressive that you got away with that. Like some of the stuff was so bald-faced and just audacious that they're taking morality away. I think he saw this man as just deeply impressive.
Well, I mean, and I can't wait to see this because, you as a diehard Blazer fan, you definitely remember this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is just 10 years ago, essentially. Yeah. This happened 10 years ago. Yeah. And I just remember, obviously having a sense of Donald Sterling and who he was and how he was known at the time and for so many years as the worst owner in the NBA.
Sports. Yeah.
In sports, you could even make that case as well. And I just remember all this happening, and I just remember how great and necessary Doc Rivers was at that point in time. And I imagine this is what we're going to see in this.
Yeah, you're going to
series.
see a lot of Doc and his struggle with the team, and the brilliance of his coaching with that, how he put that team together as GM. And I don't know if he was officially GM, but at least he had some say in bringing some players on.
Sure.
And that was a contender. That was a championship contender. If things had not gone south, easily could have won a championship that year. And I actually had an affinity for always had for the Clippers, because when I was young and my Blazers and my Bill Walton left, he went to the Clippers, and so I loved that guy, and that became sort of a secondary team that I followed. He didn't play much when he was there, but so I followed the Clippers, and I was happy for them that they were finally maybe going to bring a championship home. And I despise the Lakers, in a friendly way. So
you don't have to say that.
Having the other team in LA be better was awesome.
Yeah, I know. And
Portland fans
and Clipper fans are always already lamenting. Like, we have a show that was called Winning Time. Yeah. Lakers fans have a show called Winning Time, and their show is called Clipped. With a
you get it? Clipped. The Clippers.
By the way, those billboards are all over town here in Los Angeles.
People keep telling me that, and I finally saw one, which was exciting, and I had to do the obligatory thing. Got out of the car. My wife took a picture of me, a really goofy picture, but that's okay.
But I mean, we're showing for our radio audience the billboard that we see, and there are two small basketballs held. What I believe in, those are probably V. Stiviano's hand, her right hand, right there. Those are those Clipper basketballs.
I get it.
So you know who also gets it? My three children.
Oh,
yeah, we're driving around town. Dad, Clips coming up. You going to watch that? I'm like, yeah, we are. And that's when they're like, well, what is that about? And I say, Suze,
Take it away.
You know, you take it away. You cover the Lakers in this town. That's your bailiwick. You may have the floor.
By the way, if I can just segue for 1 second.
Yeah, you got a T-shirt. What do you got?
A little something.
Okay, what do you got? What do you got here? It's holding it up. It's a clipped basketball T-shirt.
Nice. I decided not to go with the testicles one.
I appreciate that. Here, thank you, sir. I will take it, and I will wear this with pride.
Excellent.
I love it. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
You
nice.
brought me a billions one the last time you were here.
That's right.
It's like a tradition now.
I know,
You come with gear.
I feel like I have to clothe you.
I appreciate it.
I
like
have
it.
kids, so my paternal instinct kicks in elsewhere.
I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Now, you've worked with some greats. Ed O'Neill, I'm assuming, is one of them. I love that guy.
Ed O'Neill, I've always loved him, but I don't think I was, and I always thought he was a fantastic actor. I don't think I was fully aware of how flippin' good he actually is. Like, the character work he does with this is fantastic. It's really fantastic. And the voice is spot on. He left me I got COVID during the filming, and I was out for about a week and a half. And he left me a message in the voice of Sterling, and I didn't know where I was for like 10 seconds before I was 5
So he
seconds.
stayed in character?
He stayed in character on the phone. He was like, Andy, I can't do it, but he was like, where are you? Where the F are you? Get to work or you're fired, you know. And I should have queued it up and play it for you, but it was great. Working with him was a dream. Working with Lawrence, those are the two I worked with the most.
Sure.
Working with Lawrence was fantastic, and he's been an acting idol of mine forever. And like the cheesy thing I kept posting was sometimes it's okay to meet your heroes because they're just awesome.
Right.
They're great scene partners. They play ball, you know, they love it when you do something interesting. And they're just great offset too.
Well, the thing is that's really was jarring for me hearing that Ed O'Neill was playing Donald Sterling. Is when Ed O'Neill plays a character, you want to love him, right? Even when Al Bundy was despicable, you just found out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So like playing somebody who is patently unlovable. Is quite a heel turn.
It's quite a heel turn, yeah. And I'll be curious talking to you about it afterwards, because what he does do, he doesn't play him as a mustache twirler. He plays him as a real human being. Sometimes you can play so heavily into the villain part of it, into the heel, that it becomes a caricature. But he's a fully formed human being, and he just happens to be, as a human, a terrible human.
Right.
You know, it's a remarkable performance.
And you're back on FX. Pastor Tim's back on FX, brother.
Yeah, coming home. Yeah,
coming home.
I'm a company man at heart. What
you
can
are.
I say? Yeah.
I mean, you've been elsewhere as well in the meantime, but that's pretty cool. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.